All right, good afternoon, everyone. Um, and happy Sunday. Please, if you can hear me, can you just help me put 1-1 in the chat room? Please, if you can hear me, can you help me put 1-1 in the chat room? The network is quite terrible, and we don't really know the reason for this. I've changed several locations. In fact, I've left my default position because there's no network anywhere in that place. So please, if you can hear me, just let me put 1-1 in the chat room. If it's breaking, tell me exactly how it's happening there. If it's breaking, you let me know. If you're hearing me clearly, you let me know. Whichever one that is happening, just let me know. Can someone hear me? Israel. This network is wonderful. Breaking seriously, breaking and not clearly. Breaking is just on and off. Can't hear. But breaking. Is anyone hearing me clearly at all? Can anyone hear me clearly? Like you can hear me quite clearly? In fact, where I am now, you can hear the sound of birds. If you can hear me, that means you should be hearing the sound of birds around me. If you're hearing the sound of birds and you're hearing my own voice also, please, now incoherent. Okay, Mr. Davidson, which one is incoherent? Please use English that is simple for us to understand before you jam the network completely. I'm saying something, Mr. Mike. I'm saying so many things. Jesus is Lord. Can someone hear me? Like, can you hear me? Be serious. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to keep speaking. If you can hear me, tell me yes. If you can't hear me, if it's breaking, let me know. If you can hear me, say yes. If you can't hear me, Father, take control of our network and let us hear here in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. All right. Okay. If it's still breaking, please just let me know. If it's still breaking, let me know. If it's breaking, just let me know it's breaking. Okay, better now. All right. Thank you. Okay. Yes, but breaking. Just did that now. Yes, but breaking. It's getting better. Better, I guess you have to speak on. Okay, so if I have to speak on, then let me go ahead with the class. I trust we'll get better with time. All right. Okay, so our presenters, are they ready? Maybe the network may not be too well from my side, but the presenters, their network could be well. So we could start from the presentations. Group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are we ready? Can we see the group representatives? Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Please, can you just indicate so that we'll make you a co-host and then you can go ahead and make your presentations, please. Mr. Mike, which group are you? Good afternoon, sir. Happy Sunday and welcome to class. Please kindly unmute and let's hear from you. Mr. Mike, if you can hear me, kindly unmute and let's hear from you. Which group are you? Oh. Group 9, present. All right. Mr. Mike.
Group 1. I'm in Group 1.
Okay, you're in Group 1.
Group 1.
All right, sir.
Yes.
So I'm making you a co-host, and let's just get all the groups together, then we can just go ahead. All right, Group 2. Okay, Henshaw is Group 9, so let's. All right, May Henshaw, I'm making you a co-host also, so anytime you're called, you can just go ahead and unmute and then make your presentation. Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, Group 6, 7, 8. Group 7 is ready. Group 7. Who is Group 7? Patrick Oche. All right, Group 7, Patrick. Group 7, Patrick. All right, Mr. Pat, I'm making you a co-host, so you can also get ready. Group 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Group 1, Group 7, Group 9 is ready. Group 8, Group 10, and others. Please, where are we? Group 6, Prince. All right. Group Prince. Prince group. Group 6. Okay, which other group is ready? 2, 3, 4, 8, 10. Please, where are we? Group 2, Shadrach. All right. Group 2, Shadrach. All right, Mr. Shadrach, I'm making you a co-host, so in your time, you just unmute and go ahead and present. Which other group is ready, please? So we're having 1, 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5. Group 3, 4, 5. We are here to see you. Group 10, we are here to see you. Group 9. Group 2, all right. Group 2, Damilola, okay. Group 2. Group 2, Damilola. Please, Mr. Simon, kindly put in the chat room. Let's know which one. Let's know your group so that we can. So I have 1, 2. Mr. Simon, can you please put in the group? Let's know. Okay, group 4. All right. So it's group 3 here. It's like group 3 is not here yet. Group 3, where are you? We're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 persons. Is remaining 3 groups. Group 10, group 4. Group 10, where are you? Group what else again? Group 10, group Shedrack and Damilola, you're in the same group. So why am I making 2 of you co-hosts? Who is the co-host among you? Or who is the speaker among the 2 of you? All right, so let's start. But for the groups that have not present, that are not yet ready, we'll get to hear from them soon. All right, Mr. Pat, your line is open. Please, you can go ahead and make your presentation. Mr. Pat, who is group 1, please? Group 1, your line is open. Just go ahead and make your presentation. Group 1. Mr. Mike Adeyemi, you're group 1, right? Mr. Mike. Okay. Mr. Mike, you're showing us participants. What's happening? You can unmute yourself, you're a co-host, so you can unmute yourself and go ahead. Mr. Mike, kindly unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hello.
Mr. Mike, are you having any? If you're having any issue, please kindly put it on the chat room. Let's know what the challenge is.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
All right. Please go ahead.
Okay. My name is Adeyemi Michael, and I'm representing Group 1. Our presentation is on organizational change. We are looking at the case study of Administrative and Human Resource Department of Lagos State Government, and this was presented by Adeyemi Michael, Samuel, Sulaiman, Ogun, Shekan, Sunday, Abayomi, and Adeshina. Introduction. Organization include government ministries, departments, and agencies operate within a dynamic environment which make restructuring and change inevitable. This paper attempts to highlight an aspect of the restructuring activities carried out by the Lagos State government using the Administrative Human Resource Department as the case study. There are some other restructuring, reformation within the organization that bring about what we are seeing in Lagos State now. Lagos State was created on 27th May 1967, and since then it has been operating the bureaucratic system of government until 1999. The civil service was undertaking several restructuring, reformation, and a transformation, which bring about the change that we have now. The, the administrative department, which was before the admin and HR, was with personnel and general admin duty, and was now expanded and include human resources. Then the creation of procurement cadre was the first step in dividing the finance and admin department, and the burden of procuring was removed from administrative department. The store manager was also reclassified as a function in account department. So invariably, store manager was also removed from admin department. In essence, the creation of administrative and human resource department was to professionalize the duty of the administrative officer, and invariably the name of admin officer was also changed to administrative and human resource officer. And I want to point out a consultant was consulted that was given this contract to do the restructuring of the cadres and department. The result was the renaming of the department from finance admin department to admin and HR department. Then further, it has two divisions, but with the creation and restructuring, we now have 5 divisions. That is workforce planning and recruitment unit, learning and development unit, employee relation unit, KPI measures and accountability. Then we have general administration. Implementation of this reform, restructuring, bring about the conducting a seminar, a workshop titled Train the Trainer, whereby directors of the admin cadres were selected, and there is a kind of training from the director to the least in the department. In conclusion, the organizational change of the admin and HR department of Lagos State government civil service backed the transformation, the reformation, and the restructuring of the entire workforce. It also contributed to the change in the attitudinal behavior of staff. It also resulted to the change from fixed mindset to growth mindset of staff, that is thinking outside the box or without the box. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That's awesome. From Group 1, change management using administrative and HR department of Lagos State government. All right, thank you so much. We appreciate that. We'll come back for questions on each of the groups later. But for now, let's go to the next group, which is Group 2. So Group 2, we have, please, anyone, if you finish your presentation, kindly turn off your mic so that we don't need to keep hearing the sound from your background, right? Okay. So I have Damilola Olani for Group 2. Please, Damilola, if you can hear me, kindly unmute and go ahead with your presentation, sir.
All right, great day to you, everybody. Thank you so much, Dr. Banito.
You're
Please,
welcome,
may I request for permission to do after the next person while I'm still preparing to go ahead, please. Can we move to the next person?
Okay, so who is the next person? Group three is group 3. Please, Damilola, I don't know how many seconds it will take you to do that, but please do that fast so that we don't have that kind of repeat. If everybody should keep asking for the next person, we might not really have all the time. All right, group 4. Group 4, are we ready? Group 4. Please, group 4, if you're ready, you can go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
And good afternoon, Mr. Banito.
Yes, are you not sharing your screen?
I will.
Okay.
Okay, just a moment. I wasn't ready though, but I believe we can all see my screen.
Yes, we are seeing the
Hello?
WhatsApp group. We are seeing the WhatsApp group, so we are not seeing your lecture.
Okay. Okay. Okay, my slide is up.
All right.
All right. We are presenting on organizational behavior. So according to the topic we were given, we're to make it using a relevant case study to make a presentation on the rationale for organizational behavior. So this was carried out by Stephen Oluwaseyi Peter, Michael Ikena Okafor, Luro Handra Desoji, Esther Bayomi Soshanya, and DB Jeremiah. So the case study, in August 1975,
sorry, sir. Sorry, before you continue, is this a PowerPoint?
Yes, it is, but I'm using phone and I might not be able to share it as a slide.
Check very well. There is a place it should allow you to. There's a place to allow you to shoot so that we can see what you, because it's tiny from here.
Oh, okay. Let me see then.
Check your screen. There is a place it will allow you to play. You see a place it will tell you play.
Okay. Okay, let me just a moment. If I don't borrow that system.
Okay, Mr. Davison, you're representing group 5. All right. Davison.
All right. Okay.
Good. This is awesome.
All right.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, this is great.
In August 1975, Bank X was established in Malaysia. Being the 6th biggest banking group in Malaysia, it comprises of Bank Y and its subsidiaries, Bank A, Bank B, Bank C, and Bank D and E are subsidiaries of Bank X. This group of banks offers a wide range of investment banking, commercial banking, retail financing, and related financial services, which includes Islamic banking, underwriting of general and life insurance, stock share, future brokings, investment advisories, as well as asset, property, and unit trust management. The core philosophy of Bank X incorporates a deep-seated commitment to the satisfaction of its broad range of customers, with numerous customer-driven initiatives woven into all configurations of communication and interaction with all client groups. The group provides new and innovative products and services to its clients with its strategic partnership with Australia and New Zealand Banking Group, one of Australia's leading banks. In order to improve their services and support, Bank S embraces the following vision: as Malaysia's preferred, diversified, internationally connected financial solution group, they hold pride in developing future with their customers. The bank operates with principles focused on achieving the organizational goals and objectives. The values practiced by Bank X are based on the concept of P square A, which stands for principled, proactive, appreciative, connected, and evolving. Bank S has its own criteria for staff nomination. A few years ago, Bank S appointed Mr. Simon, who previously worked in another bank, as a new general manager. Simon is currently the general manager of the DSS unit, and he handles and coordinates this unit. He has 26 years of experience in the banking industry. He previously held a clerical position, and due to his desire for self-improvement, he furthered his education by enrolling in diploma and degree courses. The outcome of his determination led to him being appointed as the general manager of DSS unit. Simon, being an energetic man, displayed a dedication and punctuality in everything. His attachment to the unit resulted, because of time, I'm going to skip some part of this. Meanwhile, manager is an individual who likes to encourage his staff to be involved in CSR activities. However, he has the habit of claiming other works as his personal achievement. We're talking about Mr. Simon now. He often fails to acknowledge the staff that did the job and claims the rewards offered by the top management for himself. This consequently results in the subordinates feeling unjust, demotivated, as well as dissatisfied with their job. So to build further on what we want to talk about, we're going to use this quote by Simon Sinek. There are only two ways to influence human behavior. You can manipulate it, or you can inspire it. So from the case study that we've shared, we'll realize that the manager's attitude, because it seems the organization does not have an entrenched organizational behavior. So the manager could introduce his own negative attitude to suppress the motivation of the employees. And by that, the organization lost a lot of bright minds and professionals. So their level of staff retention was low because a lot of the employees under Mr. Simon started resigning because they were not okay with his own way of operation. So what are the rationale for organizational behavior? Better understanding of behaviors. It helps understanding why people behave the way they do and study the complex nature of human being in an organization. It's important to better manage and increase the value of the human capital in an organization. Organizational behavior helps us understand this by studying the cause and effect of human behavior within an organization. Let's assume this bank has a kind of organizational behavior where they have an evaluation session with their staffs and employees that does not require them coming forward to say this or say that. Probably there's a questionnaire kind of evaluation. They could have been able to pinpoint what exactly is wrong. Why are some of their staff resigning? And why are some of the people that are used to be motivated becomes suddenly demotivated? Another thing is better relationship. Organizational behavior helps in the better understanding of the relationship between an organization and its employee, thereby helping in the development of better human resource strategies, in creating a better work environment, employee loyalty, and increasing the overall value of the human capital for the organization. I could remember one of the classes, Mr. Banito said that if you look at some of these banks or some of these corporate organizations, you look like there is a way their staffs are being molded into a certain kind of behavior. So an organization that has a well-established behavior, somehow, some way, the staffs or the employees will have no other option than to just align themselves with that behavior, and that fosters better relationship amongst the employee. Motivation of employees, like in the case study that we just shared, we saw that the employees started getting demotivated because the behavior of their manager, not assuming there is the organization has an entrenched behavior, it would have been difficult for that manager to introduce his own attitude, his own negativity into the organization, because it would have been checked by the standards of the organization. Improvement industrial labor relations. Organizational behavior help in understanding the cause of a problem, predict its future cause, and control its consequences. Like I've said earlier, if part of the organizational structure is organizational behavior rather, for Bank X was employee satisfaction. You know, they will put measures in place to always get feedback from their employee to know ways by which they can help the employees to enjoy their job better. And by that doing, some of the employees would have gone so far to complain that, hey, I don't like the way our manager is a major problem. And once that starts coming from different employees, the management will be able to sit down, look into the problem, prefer possible solutions, and be able to prevent future occurrence. Effective utilization of human resources. When you have good organizational behavior, some people that seems to have bad behavior or that seems to have negativity, when they come into the organization, they will have no option than to model themselves along the line of that organizational behavior. And in that sense, their behavior is being worked upon, and their skill and their capability as a staff, their expertise is retained in the organization, because the organizational behavior would have worked on them so much that their bad behavior does not qualify them for firing, if I can use that word. So then the next one is foresee human behavior. Organizational behavior prepares people to become better managers.
You just have one
of the
more,
problem for Mr. Simon in Bank X was because there was no organization. All right. So like I've said in my previous slide, I would just like to add that it is multidisciplinary in the sense that it applies different techniques, method, and theory to evaluate the performance. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Oluwaseyi. That was great. That was awesome. All right, so I'm going to call back on group 2. Group 2, are you ready now? Before I go to group 3. Group 2, are you ready now? Damilola, are you ready now?
Yes, we are ready.
All right, please go ahead.
I sent you a message already, sir.
All right, please go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please, while I'm trying to prepare to share my slide, please, from your hand, sir, doctor, please help me make Tenkipi Takpa as the co-host as well. Sorry, sir.
Who is
I'm
that?
having an issue with my gadget here.
Who, please?
It's one of my team members.
What's the person's name?
Tenkipi Takpa. I sent you a message already, sir.
Okay.
Takpa.
All right. So he's a co-host now.
All right.
Mr. Takpa,
yes,
you're a co-host
right.
now. So.
Excellent.
All right, so your time starts now. You're running up by 150.
All right, that's fine. Okay, thank you so much once again, everybody. I am Damilola Olaniyi. I'll be the one presenting for Group 2, and I have my able colleagues. I call them members. We work this out together. I have Takpa, Tekimbi, Philip, Kemin, David Omonogun, Shedrack, Isaiah, and hi, myself, Damilola Olaniyi, once again. All right, thank you so much. Before I proceed, I remember what Dr. Banito taught us some times ago, that whenever you have chance to present, it's not as if that you are the one that know everything whole, but this is a time for us to learn going forward. All right, so the topic for this presentation is knowledge management. Knowledge management. Okay, the next slide. All right, Group 2. I've mentioned that already. Okay, so knowledge management refers to a multidisciplinary approach to achieve organizational objectives by making the best use of knowledge. Knowledge management focuses on processes such as acquiring, creating, and sharing knowledge, and the cultural and technical foundation that supports them. In other words, what does that knowledge management mean? It means finding, gathering, assessing, organizing, and sharing information or knowledge. Information and knowledge consist of documents, procedures, resources, and worker skills. This is a case study. Mr. Daniel, an IT manager in Prita Group of Company, decided to resign after complaining about his poor condition of service for more than 2 years. He was in charge of the IT department for over 10 years. Mr. Daniel happens to be the long-serving employee in the department. The management felt his demand was unnecessary and they were not ready to negotiate or discuss anything further about the condition of service. Instead, the organizations hired the service of another IT staff as an assistant manager and shifted attention to the new employee, Mr. Jones. Okay, Daniel felt neglected and resigned his appointment while John was barely 6 months in his employment, and his management gladly accepted it with a hope that Mr. Jones has better certification than Daniel. Is nothing more than finding the best way to record and share knowledge so it can easily be reused on demand to teach someone to do something. There's a particular place where I will talk about the two. Okay, before then, sorry. Okay, I think I've gone through this also. Okay, let me just say something about this. Hold on, Mr. Takpa. So the purpose of knowledge is to provide the right information to the right people at the right time to enable informed decision making, which enables service providers to be more efficient and improve the quality of service delivery. So I will just, pinpoint my slide on these two lines that say the reason why the essentiality of purpose, the essentiality of knowledge management rather, is to enable service providers to be more efficient and improve the quality of service delivery. That's the main thing. The reason why you need to do as much as you can when it comes to knowledge management is to enhance and increase your delivery, the quality of delivery of service or products of anything you are doing in your organization. So let's move. So we talk about the two types of knowledge management, where we have explicit and tacit. In conclusion, for us to get the point right, when we talk about tacit knowledge talks about experience, expertise, culture, and value. I don't need to say so much about that. We all know when we talk about you having experience, things that you know or you've encountered a particular task before, you use your cognitive, you do extrapolation in order to get it right. That comes through experience. It's not something that is documented like explicit knowledge. Explicit knowledge talks about document, policy, artifacts, and procedures, and it's more of technical. That is what explicit is all about. So it can easily codified meaning that is easy to capture, store in a database, and then share with others. Some examples of explicit knowledge including information found in database, memos, standard operating procedures, video, etc. And why tacit knowledge is knowledge that is inside people's head, but it is difficult to explain, typically referred to as know-how. This type of knowledge can be intuitive and it is largely experience-based. As I said earlier, this is not something that you can just find in one document. It is something that you may not be able to tap from the person that possesses it. If you undo a particular job now and somebody is coming on board to come and do the same thing, the person might not be able to do it because he doesn't have the experience yet. So this kind of
all right, sir, one more minute.
Okay. What is the usefulness of knowledge management? On general notes, knowledge management is useful because it places a focus on knowledge as an actual asset rather than as something intangible. In so doing, it enables the firm to be better protect and exploit what it knows and to improve focus its knowledge development effort to match its needs. Now, I've been explaining this. In other words, it helps firm learn from past mistakes and sources. Now, looking at the case study we gave, this man came on board, again, based on contract because of the experience he had 7 years ago. So the purpose of knowledge management attached to the tacit knowledge means somebody has experienced something for a while and the same issue repeats itself. The person will come on board to come and help the organization. So you might not just go into your system and check the database to get you what you need. But you know, because you cannot tap from the knowledge, you cannot tap from the brain of the person, aside the person handle the situation by itself. So that's what knowledge management is all about. It enhances the firm ability to protect its key knowledge and competency. All right, I think we're on the last slide. I'm really struggling here. Okay, so in conclusion, it's whether the organization must locate its source of knowledge, organize it so that it assess the firm's strengths and weaknesses, and determine its relevance and reassurability. Socialization, collaboration, group projects should be encouraged in organization for a maximum knowledge sharing and usage. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Damilola. Thank you, and thanks to Group 2. That's a great work. Okay. So Group 3, are we ready? Group 3, are we ready? All right, Pastor Ifeomeze. So if you're ready for your presentation, kindly go ahead. Dami, please, you can bring down your screen so that another person can share.
All right.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Mr. Benito.
Good afternoon.
Group 3 is ready for our presentation. All right. Together, we're looking at the topic, using a relevant case study, make a presentation on the rationale for conducting recruitment. In our group, we have Mr. Joseph Oluwaseyi David, we have Mr. Gandonu Ofemi, and then myself, Ifeoma Noyelum Eze.
Sorry, are you not sharing your screen?
We are sharing. Mr. Joseph Oluwaseyi is meant to help us with the sharing of the screen. Mr. David, are you available?
Is it Oluwaseyi Peter Simon?
No, Oluwaseyi David Joseph.
Okay, Oluwaseyi. Okay. Okay. All right, so Mr. Dave, you are now a co-host. Please, you can kindly go ahead and share your screen. Mr. Dave, can you hear me? Kindly unmute and then go ahead with your screen. Mr. Dave, can you hear me?
Hello, Mr. Benito.
All right, please, you can go ahead and share your screen, sir.
Sorry, that was not our arrangement. She is to share. I don't have the slide. She has it with her.
Yeah. Okay, if you don't have, I can share from my own end. I can share from my own end. You can do it from here. Oh. Okay, so.
Should we give you some moment to, should we give you some moment to deal with that?
No, I'm ready. Just that trying to get it from my WhatsApp.
Okay.
I'm clicking on share, but I'm not seeing. I'm seeing share whiteboard, documents, photo, Google Drive.
You have to open the document first before you click on share. Okay, let's give you some moment to take care of that. We'll come back to Group 3, please.
Can anybody see anything now?
Your screen is coming up. Your screen is coming up gradually, but it's like you've not really opened the document. Okay, just take your time and work on this, and then we will come back to group 3. Group 5, are we ready? Let's give group 3 some time to take care of that technical issue. Group 5, Davis and Lucas, are you ready? Please, Davison, if you're ready, you can go ahead. Davison, can you hear me? If you can hear me, kindly.
All right, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
All right, so you can go ahead and share your screen.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Banito, and good afternoon, everyone.
You're welcome.
Please, Lady Henshaw, please, you may have to remove your presentation, your screen from the screen so that we're able to share. Lady Henshaw?
It's not Henshaw, it's Pastor Ifoma. That's group 3. But you can superimpose, just go ahead and share your screen. You can superimpose.
Okay.
Yeah. Who is calling you?
Okay.
This person don't have
All
respect.
right, yeah. All right. So we are going to be, our topic is on training needs analysis. And I would like to...
All right, please wait. Please wait. Your screen is superimposed. I think we'll have to deal with that. Group 3, please, you just have to wait. Let's finish with the group that has come on board. All right.
All right, I would like to recognize my group members. I am Davidson Lucas. We have Jocelyn Hakalezi.
Your screen is not up. Your screen is not up. Your screen has been superimposed, so you may have to share your screen again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we are waiting. Just go ahead and share it. Your screen is up, but you need to play the. You need to play the.
All right. Yeah. Can we all see me now? Clearly?
It's not clear yet.
Well, I just shared my screen and it's up here. I don't know.
All right, so maybe you may have to reshare it again because what I'm seeing here is missed call, Crystal 070-6442, and all of that.
Okay.
Just remove it, then share it again so that we can see.
All right.
Okay, some people say they are seeing, maybe it's from my own end. So it's possible it's from my own end. Okay, just go ahead. They said they are seeing. I think it's from my own end. It could be from my own end.
I can't even. Everything is just mixed up here now. Okay, let me start sharing again.
Yes, just
This
share
time.
again. Yeah, just share again.
Okay.
Share fresh.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Am I
So
on
that's,
now?
yes, that's awesome. You can go ahead.
All right, good. Yeah, so our topic is on training need analysis, and I'm presenting my members of group Ibitomi Taiwo and one Tony. Yeah, so today, briefly, please listen carefully, be attentive, stop distractions, take down notes, enjoy, relax, and God bless you, everyone. So the objective of our presentation today is to look at the objectives, nature, and importance of TNA, which obviously we've covered within the past few days. So I wouldn't want to bore us with some of the things that we probably have known, because we have actually done this presentation. Tell my wife to stop calling me. Yeah. We have actually done this presentation slide before the recent development that we have to use case study. So I'll just simply go on the straight to the case study. But before we go to the case study, I would like to point out something: the nature and importance of training need analysis. In the training need analysis, the causes of failure or non-performance are examined so as to see whether inadequate or inappropriate training was one of the reasons. Just note, one of the reasons. It might not necessarily be a case of incompetence or thereabout. Need analysis is essential because lack of competency is not the only reason for failure. Training needs analysis is a diagnosis by the organization to know what the training needs of its employees are. So as a result of this, I will just go straight to our case study. So a case study on TNA of XYZ Fashion House, Lagos. A fashion house and school with the objective of meeting and exceeding the fashion needs of the who is who's in Lagos and beyond. Their objective is not being realized, thus the reason for contacting a consultant. There was a need analysis carried out by the consultants using the key elements for effective TNA. Areas of needs were no sales. Those were the concerns the organization were having. No sales, not maximizing the use of digital marketing via incompetent CSO, that's customer service officer, and a very poor delivery. The organization is not well structured. No curriculum and timetable for students, that is the trainees for the fashion school. No alternative means of learning. So as a result of this, haven't carried out the need analysis. So it helped us to narrow it down to, okay, so as far as training is concerned, these and these are the things that they need to understand. So looking at no sales, we have to help the organization understand the fact that sales can only be promoted more effectively, looking at the era which we are, via the use of technology and the like. So by the time we visited their social media handle, we discovered that it's been quite a long time since they last posted any of their products or activities that the organization is actually involved in online. Both the Facebook, the Twitter handle, the Instagram handle, even their website was obsolete for like 8 months ago. I think they lost their hosting rights because they refused, or maybe they failed to renew. They were not even aware that the website that was the website address that was on all their handles was no longer functioning, because there was no one taking initiative to check or to even update what is going on there. So it will be difficult if they are trying to reach out or to get the attention of the who is who's, because these days the online is where people get to do virtually all of their business. You shop online. Even as far as school is concerned, you search for school online. Every information that you want to get, you get it online. So the same way, we found out that this has really been impeding the kind of results that they should have gotten in that area. As far as sale is concerned, advertising of their products and services and all of that. So they have to. So the bottom line was that their representatives or their staff needs to be trained on how to engage digital marketing. Then incompetent CSO on walking into the organization. The lady that was behind the front desk, you can see the way she presented as herself. And we're talking about an organization that is exclusively known for fashion. The way she was seated, the kind of dress she was wearing cardigan on one fluffy skirt and all of that. There was no coherence. So you can really tell that we have somebody there that does not even know what she represents. And seated there in that room there, we have quite a number of very exotic dresses, the minimum of which is about maybe 80,000 or thereabouts. For you to know that a garment, one simple garment, could go within the average of 60 to 80,000. Then we are talking about somewhere, a place that is highly, highly reverent. But the representative, the customer representative that is there is not representing the organization well. So we can see that probably when people come into the organization and then the kind of person they are meeting, the command of English that she's whenever she's communicating is not too encouraging. And then the culture of having to sit down when a visitor comes in, she's not even getting up. So those are some of the things we actually analyze, and we say, okay, this person does not really understand what it means to be an effective CSO. So we subjected that organization to training alongside some other potential who could also fit in case she is not around, because everyone is supposed to be a marketer for the organization. Then also, we looked at the case of the students, whereby the issue of COVID-19 came on board. And then many of them, they stopped learning because they had to come to the office or to the learning center physically. So there was no provision for them to be able to learn at home. These are the days whereby people go on Google, go on social media handle and learn, do it yourself. Some of them will not even get to go to anywhere to learn apprenticeship. But online, you can learn virtually anything. So we have to bring in the initiative. How about incorporating digital learning into your program? Make it a blended learning system. Okay, once in a while, they get to do, more importantly, they get to do the hands-on, face-to-face. But when they are not able, or situations like this are such that will not allow them to come to the training center, they could also enjoy what have been sent, what have been learned wherever they have. Some of them have children. Maybe they have to take their children to the hospital, maybe for clinic or thereabouts. Okay, so while I'm not around, what happened today? They could post it on their platform if a live recording was done and all of those things. So those were the things we actually put in place. And finding out that they didn't have a regular curriculum. So they just come to class, whatever comes to the instructor's mind is what happens. So we had to take the initiative to help them create curriculum, having an insight into the objective. What do they want to achieve with every student? By the time the students are finishing from here, what are the values that they should go with? So by analyzing that, we were able to come up with a very good and sound curriculum for them that will not only give them the technical skill, but also managerial and business skills by the time they are going out to set out for themselves. So that's just the summary of the training, the need analysis that was carried out, which eventually also led to training need analysis in some areas where there were competencies, lack of knowledge, and lack of skills as far as XYZ Fashion House is concerned. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's awesome. That's group what? That's group 5. Davidson and Co. That was awesome. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation.
All right.
All right. So let's.
Okay, please.
Let's go back to group 3. Group 3, are we ready now? Group 3, Pastor Ifi. All right, so group 3, if you're ready, you can go ahead with your presentation.
All right, good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, everyone.
You're welcome.
This is group 3. Our case study is to make a presentation on the rationale for conducting recruitment. On our group, we have Mr. Joseph Oluwaseyi David, we have Mr. Gandonu Ofemi, and we have myself, Ifeoma Noyelom Eze. And special thanks to Mr. Michael Adeyemi, who is helping us with our slide sharing. He rescued me today. Thank you so much. And good day to Mr. Benito. Thank you for all you've taught us so far.
Thank you.
We'll be looking at recruitment. In recruitment, in human resource management, recruitment is the process of finding and hiring the best and most qualified candidate for a job opening in a timely and cost-effective manner. It is also defined as a process of searching for prospective employees, stimulating and encouraging them to apply for jobs in an organization. It is one whole process with a full life cycle that begins with identifying the needs of the company first with respect to the job, and then it ends with the introduction of the employee to the organization. When we speak of the recruitment process, we immediately think of activities that include analysis of the requirements of a specific job. That's on the next slide. Yes, attracting candidates to apply for that job, screening the applicants and selecting among them, hiring the chosen candidates to become new employees of the organization and integrating them into the structure. Obviously, the main reason for the recruitment process is implemented. The main reason why the recruitment process is implemented is to find the persons who are best qualified for the positions within that company and who will help them towards attaining the goals of that organization. But there are other reasons why a recruitment process is important, but recruitment is the process which links the employers to the employee. Our case study for today is Unilever. Unilever is a British-Dutch transnational consumer goods company. Many of us know their products here in Nigeria, like the Lux soap, Royco, Knorr, PS Baby Lotion, and many other products that we use on a daily basis, all right? So they are co-headquartered in London, England, and Rotterdam, and Netherlands, with over 400 brands and employing over 170,000 people globally. That's a lot. They recruit 30,000 people per year, and they receive about around 1.8 million job applications too. So keeping in mind, every application requires coordination, filtering, and interviews. This is a very massive job, even for a big company like them. So it has become mandatory for Unilever to make their recruitment easier, more cost-effective, time-saving, and efficient, which they now decided to use through the process of artificial intelligence and automation to streamline their processes. So while others are using the regular format for recruitment, they have decided to use artificial intelligence and automation technology. Let's go to the next slide. When Unilever used artificial intelligence and automation technology when hiring people for their Future Leaders program, which spans 50 countries and is designed to develop managers at the company. This program provides challenging and purposeful opportunities to accelerate staff readiness. It includes extended leadership contact, formal training, and professional development. For most of their most recent rotation, Unilever hired 800 people and received 250,000 applications. So the question is, from 250 applications, how were they able to narrow it down to 800? They were able to do this, like we said, through the use of artificial intelligence and automation technology. Now, Unilever partnered with 2 firms working on the AI tech space, that's the artificial intelligence tech space. And these 2 companies are the Pymetrics and HireVue. Let's tell you how it works in the next slide. All right, so how does it work? Pymetrics is a game-based platform that measures social, cognitive, and behavioral traits. It is used during the application process to go beyond resumes and really to get to know the candidates and how they work. Job seekers play a series of games on their phone or computer to measure the traits, making them unique. Okay, so from the game, they're able to see aptitude, they're able to check out for their logical thinking, they're able to check out for their reasoning, and most importantly, their appetite for risk. So there are no right or wrong answers. They're just looking at how people approach problems, not specific solutions. All right, the next slide. On HireVue, on the other end, is a digital recruiting company that uses video intelligence for interviews in order to find the best candidates. Artificial intelligence is performed on the recorded videos, providing insights into candidates to help companies make better hiring decisions. It uses proprietary machine learning algorithms to analyze data points and predict future job performances. Now, this helps clients identify who will be their top performers and meet their business objectives. Okay, so now we've been able to see that HireVue is video-centered, all right, while Pymetrics is game-centered. So these are the two major ways through which they've been able to look at for their competent employees. After playing the Pymetric games, machine learning algorithms measure different aspects of a candidate that may or may not lead them onto the second stages. Online interviews conducted by machine learning algorithms use natural language processing to help them understand what the candidates are saying. So the machine vision looks at body language to understand sense of purpose and business acumen. People can then receive a detailed individual trait report for the talents they possess. So what's the advantage of this to Unilever? When Unilever decided to use the Pymetrics and HireVue, they were able to narrow their applicants from 250,000 people to 3,500. All of these 3,500 were now invited to assessment centers. And in these assessment centers, they were able to meet real-life recruiters who were able to make a choice of 800 people from amongst them. All right, so this is a very kind of a unique recruiting method employed by Unilever, and they were able to achieve a lot of results. Now, what are the advantages of this for the candidates? The candidates had the advantage in the sense that they were also taking an exam in form of game, which significantly was more engaging, all right, than the traditional psychometric test. Some organizations experience dropout rates of over 50,000 with these traditional approaches. But these candidates, because they were playing game, it was like fun to them, all right? So it was not, there was no stress and anxiety of having to fail or not. All right, secondly, the coordinating an interview with someone in a different time zone is really difficult. And by having candidates record their interviews in their own time, hiring managers are able to review them later. Take, for example, 3 p.m. in Beijing is about 3 a.m. in New York. So video recruiting has never been easier. All right. Thirdly, mastering and failing levels also offer instant performance feedback to help candidates assess which gameplay approaches are effective for them. By design, the assessment data is objective and also eliminates biases that may arise from subjective interpretations of a resume, letter of recommendation, biographical information, or interviews, even their facial looks. Somebody can even see somebody and decide to not to like the person's face. All right, so all of this were eliminated because of this process. As mentioned previously, games allow for more data points to be collected than the traditional multiple choice assessment. Combining this with machine learning techniques, it will increase predictive validity and therefore a more accurate picture of how each job seeker will perform in their job. Okay, so game-based assessment minimize bias from a candidate's perspective. Games are inherently engaging, interesting too, and typically resulting in improved focus. Similarly, the immersive nature of game tasks tend to reduce stress, resulting from the so-called stereotype threat. All right, so that's how it was able to, the advantages that the clients also have. All right. Next, due to their fast-paced and immersive nature, game-based assessment reveal a candidate's natural behavior and responses in a way that traditional testing methods don't. Unlike traditional assessments, game-based assessments are progressive. They adapt as the candidate engages with it. Furthermore, framing the assessment as a game rather than as a test reduces anxiety. I said that before, making the hiring process more inclusive and accurate for candidates who get nervous during formal testing. I know how most of us are feeling. Not like we've not been writing exams, but just these few days they said we're going to have a test. I'm not sure I've been able to have any good sleep. So that anxiety associated with that is properly eliminated. All right, so let's talk about The game-based assessment, it also tests candidates' ability to solve new problems, think logically, and also their level of motivational drive to succeed. This is what the game-based assessment does to anyone who participates in it, okay? Psychological research on the key determinants of employability, job performance, and career progression indicate these qualities are critical in the modern workplace. As such, game-based assessment performance is highly predictive of performance. Video interviewing that's using the HireVue platform provides hiring managers with the ability to make selections based on qualitative data that is not apparent on paper or on the resume. Many qualified candidates are overlooked when solely judged based on their resume. But with a video interview, companies get a bird's eye view, like an eagle's eye view of each candidate, giving them the ability to make better hiring decisions. Now, online video interviewing enables companies to watch as soon as an application is done, and they can refer back to it later as many times as desired. Unlike a real life interview, once that moment is gone, that moment is gone, right? And also like in a phone interview, where recruiters might forget something, now it is possible to refer back and see what was said at every given time. All right, in conclusion, since every candidate effectively
Pastor Ife, are you still there? Is she still there? Can someone else hear her?